tea. About to spill the tea. Thank you guys for tuning in to Spill the Tea. So what I've decided to do is start a tea talks. I want to talk about a few random things just in between my interviews. My channel is for basically discussing just random topics, a lot of social issues, a lot of things that people are not comfortable talking about. I have open mic events, and I am one of the co-founders along with Brianna Boykin for Umojalife. Umojalife is a nonprofit that focuses on building equity in the minority black community. And don't mind my pink eye. My eye is irritated from my lashes and my hair being in my face. So I'm gonna talk about how I got support, and hopefully a lot of people can apply it to having a small business. So how I gained support, just always be genuine. Always be genuine, because when you have something small, or when you're starting a small brand or a small business, you want people to support you. So it's like, you know, be genuine, reciprocate. It's not always about you. I mean being genuine, I mean don't just show support just expecting something in return. Leave comments. Go support other people's events. Even if you can't, because a lot of times what I do, if I can't come to someone's event, sometimes I might ask, hey, can I donate? I can give you, you know, $3, $5. So I read a lot of people's blogs. I watch other YouTubers. I repost a lot of people's content. Retweets and shares, reposts, all of that help, because you have to think you're a small brand too, and so are other people. So a lot of small brands help each other, because we're all small, we're all trying to get somewhere. All that clout chasing, I mean, I guess that's cool to go after popular products or to link with popular people or people that get a lot of attention or social media attention, but it's always this other small brands that really appreciate you or really remember the relationship or the connection that you guys had. I can sit up here and want to interview Future, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's cool to run into him to get an interview, but at the end of the day, Future, he may not never see this interview. He may not even know who the fuck I am. So I guess you could say number 2. Get outside your crowd. So my crowd is usually hip-hop, local artists. I do go to a lot of indie events, a lot of local events for indies, but also I go to a lot of beauty events. I go to a lot of other nonprofit events. Shout out to Jeffrey Show Live. He introduced me to going to wrestling events. I just go to different type of events because that makes your platform or that makes your community expand. A lot of times it's just building relationships is key. Number 3. So always share your story. Now, and this is important when it comes to marketing or it comes to public relations. With your story, how are you moving people emotionally? How does your product or how is your brand helping people? Like, that's what people want to know. People don't just want to see a cute girl, a fly nigga just posting their product or their service on Instagram all the time. Like, people want to know, people want to understand and empathize with your message. That's the best way to gain support. Number 4, Quattro. So it takes money. It takes money to get support. I started off throwing a lot of free events. The first events I threw myself were some of the Juneteenth festivals. Me and my other co-partner Brianna, we threw those together, and those are free festivals. Started off having the festivals free so that people can get to know us, people can get to know what Umojalife is, so people can get into celebrating Juneteenth. Because it's like, how you gonna, I mean, of course you want to make money. Money is going to come, but I feel like when selling a product, sometimes it's okay to do giveaways. Sometimes it's okay to give out free samples. You want to have people trust you. You want to have people get to know your product. People are like, who the fuck is this girl? And why is she charging $30 to get into her event? Like, what? Number 5. I think it's number 5. So get out and talk to people. Build relationships. That is so important. Your impression of how you, when you meet someone, your first impression, first impression is everything. When I introduce myself to people, I'm not always having to sell myself. because I know that's what a lot of people do at networking events, but sometimes that can kind of get redundant and that can kind of get pushy, and they're just like, oh, this is another person out here in Atlanta that want to be seen or want to do this and that. But I like to just genuinely meet people, like, hey, I'm Teaacup or Shantae, here's my Instagram. And also I would like to, upon meeting them, I would like to get to know them and what they do as well. So that also comes into play about it not always being about you. It's the biggest thing about overall getting support. My brand itself is, it's about me, but it's not so much about me. Like, my brand is for other people, and I'm pretty sure when you have a product, you don't want to be the only one using your product. You want other people to share your product. So pretty much, yep, this is how I got support in Atlanta, by throwing free events, by meeting people, by going to different type of events outside of just music related, building relationships. That's how I get support, and hopefully this can help somebody with a small business.